the kitchen floor. Steam curls from a cup you won't drink anymore. I trace the rim with my thumb slow, like I'm learning how to let something go. Your coat still hangs by the back door, not forgotten, just not needed anymore. I smooth the collar, fold a knee, place it where your hands might be if you ever turned around. But the clock keeps ticking soft and low, and the silence starts to grow, not loud, just wide enough to know I won't call your name into the air. I'll just leave it there, unfair, unfair. Love isn't always holding tight, sometimes it's turning out the light. Found your favorite pen in my coat sleeve. Ink dried up, but I pretend it's still alive. Write one line, I hope you're well, then tear it up. Some truths are better left unsent. The wind picks up outside, the pain carries off what I can't explain. Not anger, not regret, just grace in an empty silent space. I won't call your name into the air. I'll just leave it there, unheard, unfair. Love isn't always holding tight, sometimes it's turning out the light, yeah. No grand goodbye, no final scene, just a quiet room and what might have been, and that's alright. Yes, that's alright. I won't call your name into the air. I'll just leave it there, unheard, unfair. Love isn't always holding tight, sometimes it's turning out the light. Turning out the light. Turning out the Morning light leans through the blinds, curls around your empty chair. I stir my tea the way you liked, 2 sugars, no reply. Steam rises like a quiet vow, dissolving in the air. I keep the mug you left behind, not for the warmth it holds, but for the shape your hands once made when hope still had a home. I trace the rings you left on wood, faint ghosts of where you stood. 100 mornings, one goodbye, and still I set 2 cups. This house remembers more than I do. The clock ticks softer now, it seems afraid to break the hush. I water plants you said would die, they're blooming still hangs by the back door. I haven't moved it since April. The laundry smells like rain and time. No trace of your cologne, just fabric soft and folded clean for hands that won't come home. I trace the rings you left on wood, faint ghosts of where you stood. 100 mornings, one goodbye, and still I set 2 cups. This house remembers more than I do. Maybe love isn't gone, it just grows quiet, like footsteps down a hall at dawn, leaving only the echo of care in the way the light falls. I trace the rings you left on wood, faint ghost of where you stood. 100 mornings, one goodbye, and still I set 2 cups. This house remembers more than I do. 2 cups, still warm, still warm. 2 cups, still warm, still warm. Steam curls slow above the rim, half-drunk cup, morning dim. You left your coat upon the chair like you might still be sitting there. I don't need fireworks in June or promises beneath the moon. It's the way you pour my tea just right, leave the light on through the night. Not the words you never say too loud, but the space you leave inside the crowd. This is how I know you're mine. Laundry hums a steady sound, socks unmatched, your shirt unbound. You fold them wrong but smooth the crease with hands that never rush or cease. No grand design, no scripted scene, just the calm between what's said and seen. It's the way you pour my tea just right, leave the light on through the night. Not the words you never say too loud, but the space you leave inside the crowd. This is how I know you're mine. We don't dance in kitchen rain, don't rewrite old heartache pain. We just breathe the same warm air and find each other always there. It's the way you pour my tea just right, leave the light on through the night. Not the words you never say too loud, but the space you leave inside the crowd. This is how I know you're mine. Always there, just there. Fingertips trace the edge of paper thin. Ink still wet where your name begins. Morning light spills across the floor, but the door stays shut like it did before. I wrote you seasons in this room, spring in questions, winter in truth. Now the pen won't move, the page won't turn, just this quiet ache I can't unlearn. I fold you into corners neat and small, tuck you where the daylight never falls. Not gone, but kept like breath held too long. A love that fits inside a drawer, not a song. Teacup ring, stain yesterday's reply. Unsent words curl like smoke in the sky. The kettle hums its old refrain. Same tune since you walked out in the rain. I packed your life in tissue, buried promises I couldn't keep. Now the silence wears your favorite coat, button tied against my throat. I fold you into corners neat and small, tuck you where the daylight never falls. Not gone, but kept like breath held too long. A love that fits inside a drawer, not a song. What if I unfold you? What if I let go? The paper trembles, but my hands say no. I fold you into corners neat and small, tuck you where the daylight never falls. Not gone, but kept like breath held too long. A love that fits inside a drawer, not a song. Dust motes drift in the slanting light. Your coffee cup still on the sill. I haven't moved it since Tuesday night, when you walked out without goodbye. The clock ticks slow, the kettle's cold. I hum a tune we used to know, but every note feels half untold, like roots without a place to grow. I hold the silence like a name, pressed between these trembling pages. Every word I couldn't say now blooms in empty rooms and stages. Your sweater hangs behind casting shadows shaped like doubt. I trace the lines, then wash the stain of hope that wouldn't wash out. I hold the silence like a name pressed between these trembling pages. Every word I couldn't say now blooms in empty rooms and stages. Maybe love's not lost or found, but folded gently set aside. A paper boat on quiet ground, too fragile now to take outside. I hold the silence like a name pressed between these trembling pages. Every word I couldn't say now blooms in empty rooms and stages. Folded, sealed, but never sent. Fingertips trace the edge of paper thin, a name worn soft where ink has bled within. Morning light spills across the kitchen floor, but your coffee cup sits cold beside the door. I almost called you yesterday, stop myself at hey, just static on the other end, and silence I can mend. I still set a place for you at dinner, though your chair's been dust for weeks. Love doesn't vanish with a number, it lingers in the things we leave. Scarf still hangs behind my bedroom door, smells like rain and that old cologne you wore. I don't wash, I can't pretend that absence hasn't settled in. The clock ticks louder every night, counting all the wrongs and rights. I replay lines I never said, now they live inside my head. I still set a place for you at dinner, though your chair's been dust for weeks. Love doesn't vanish with a number, it lingers in the things we leave. Maybe healing isn't clean, maybe ghosts are part of what was real. I don't need you back, I just need to stop expecting you to feel. I still set a place for you at dinner, not because I think you'll stay. Love remembers what the mind forgets, even after you walk away. Even after you walk away. kitchen table. Steam curls from a cup gone cold. I found your note tucked in my coat, the one you left when skies turned bold. Paper thin from being read too often. Ink runs where the rain got through. I traced the words you almost said, but never signed for me or you. I could light a match right now, watch it curl into the air, but I keep folding corners down like you were still sitting there. This letter never reaches you, just lives inside my drawer like truth. A ghost of what we wouldn't do, wrapped in silence, sealed with glue. Window open, curtains breathing slow. Wind hums a tune we used to know. I placed the page beside the frame where your smile hasn't faded yet. I could let the breeze take flight, carry pages out the door, but I hold them through the night like knocking on a locked front door. This letter never reaches you, just lives inside my drawer like truth. The ghost of what we wouldn't do, wrapped in silence, sealed with glue. No return address, no name to call, just paper holding what we lost. And all this letter never reaches you, just lives inside my drawer like truth. The ghost of what we wouldn't do, wrapped in silence, sealed with glue. Sealed with glue. Sealed with glue. Sealed with glue. Morning light on yesterday's coffee, steam long gone, just rings on the wood. I trace the rim like I trace your reasons for staying silent when you knew you should. Your coat still hangs by the kitchen door, not forgotten, just not claimed. I've stopped checking if it's yours or mine. We wore each other out in unspoken games, and the words we say for better days piled up like receipts from a store that closed. I fold this love like paper birds, wings too tired to ever fly again. You left your name in every room, but took your voice when you walked out the end. inside a pocket. Silver curve, cold as your last find. I almost called just to say I found it, then remembered you don't want what's mine. The clock takes answers I won't ask. Time's just dust on an empty frame. Fly again. You left your name in every room, but took your voice when you walked out the end. Maybe closure isn't a door slamming. Maybe it's folding neat and slow, tucking the ache when no one sees and letting go without saying so. I fold this love like paper birds, wings too tired to ever fly again. You left your name in every room, but took your voice when you walked out the end. Fold and let it rest. Paper thin with morning light, your name still warm beneath my pen. I wrote the truth and crossed it out, left only spaces where it's been. The kettle hums an old refrain while I pretend you'd stay. I keep your ghost in tidy rows on shelves behind my ribs, where every breath I take still knows the shape of your goodbye. And though the ink is dried to dust, my hand won't let it fly. I keep your ghost in tidy rows where love and silence lie. Your favorite mug sits by the sink, still waiting for a hand that's gone. I fill it up just to empty it, like singing songs you don't respond. The clock ticks through another day, but time forgets to move. I keep your ghost in tidy rows on shelves behind my ribs, where every breath till chaos learned to sing. Now every crack inside me glows with unsent offerings. So let the paper catch the flame. This quiet won't survive. I'll scatter ghosts like falling rain and finally come alive. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Fingertips trace the edge of your old postcard. Coffee gone cold beside the windowsill. I didn't mean to keep it all these years, but the stamp's still bright, like you just walked out. Laundry hums in the next room, softly turning. Your sweater shrunk, but I won't throw it out. It holds the shape of how you used to lean, when silence wasn't something we had to mend. And I know you're not coming back through that door, but my hand still set 2 cups on the tray. I love you in the laundry, in the steam, in the fold, in the way the morning light won't let go. Not with words of grand returns, but small stubborn grace, like leaving space in drawers for a ghost I can't erase. Found your bookmark in a novel half read. Page 43, you always skipped ahead. I laughed and said you'd miss the best part. Now I wonder if I'm still in yours. And time keeps moving like a slow train west, but my heart's stuck at the station where you pause. I love you in the laundry, in the steam, in the fold, in the way the evening hush still knows your name. Not with vows or second chances, but this quiet refrain of living like you might walk in just the same. Maybe love isn't fireworks or final lines. Maybe it's the dust on shelves you left behind, and the way I watered plants you thought would die, just to prove some things outlast goodbye. I love you in the laundry, in the steam, in the fold, in the rhythm of a life that learned to bend. Not with drama, not with noise, but this tender pretend that every ordinary act is where you still begin. Still begin. Morning light on the kitchen floor, steam curls from a cup you won't drink anymore. trace the rim with my thumb slow, like I'm learning how to let something go. Your coat still hangs by the back door, not forgotten, just not needed anymore. I smooth the collar, fold it neat, place it where your hands might meet. If you ever turned around, but the clock keeps ticking soft and low, and the silence starts to grow, not loud, just wide enough to know. I won't call your name into the air, I'll just leave it there, unheard, unfair. Love isn't always holding tight, sometimes it's turning out the light. Found your favorite pen in my coat sleeve, ink dried up but I pretend it's still alive. Write one line, I hope you're well, then tear it up. Some truths are better left unsaid. The wind picks up outside, the pain carries off what I can't explain. Not anger, not regret, just grace in an empty sunlit space. I won't call your name into the air, unheard, unfair. Love isn't always holding tight, sometimes it's turning out the light. No grand goodbye, no final scene, just a quiet room and what might have been. And that's alright, yes, that's alright. I won't call your name into the air, I'll just leave it there, unheard, unfair. Love isn't always holding tight, sometimes it's turning out the light. Turning out the light. Turning out the light. Turning out the Morning light leans through the blinds, curls around your empty chair. I stir my tea the way you like, 2 sugars, no reply. Steam rises like a quiet vow, dissolving in the air. I keep the mug you left behind, not for the warmth it holds, but for the shape your hands once made when hope still had a home. I trace the rings you left on wood, faint ghosts of where you stood. 100 mornings, one goodbye, and still I set 2 cups. This house remembers more than I do. The clock ticks softer now it seems, afraid to break the hush. I water plants you said would die, they're blooming lush and proud. Your coat still hangs by the back door, I haven't moved it since April. The laundry smells like rain and time, no trace of your cologne. curl slow above the rim, half drunk cup, morning dim. You left your coat upon the chair, like you might still be sitting there. I don't need fireworks in June, or promises beneath the moon. It's the way you pour my tea just right. Leave the light on through the night. Not the words you never say too loud, but the space you leave inside the crowd. This is how I know you're mine. Laundry hums a steady sound, socks unmatched, your shirt unbound. You fold them wrong but smooth the crease with hands that never rush or cease. No grand design, no scripted scene, just the calm between what's said and seen. It's the way you pour my tea just right. Leave the light on through the night. Not the words you never say too loud, but the space you leave inside the crowd. This is how I know you're mine. We don't dance in kitchen rain, don't rewrite old heartache pain. We just breathe the same warm air and find each other always there. It's the way you pour my tea just right. Leave the light on through the night. Not the words you never say too loud, but the space you leave inside the crowd. This is how I know you're mine. Always there, just there. Fingertips trace the edge of paper thin, ink still wet where your name begins. Morning light spills across the floor, but the door stays shut like it did before. I wrote you seasons in this room, spring in questions, winter in truth. Now the pen won't move, the page won't turn, just this quiet ache I can't unlearn. I fold you into corners neat and small, tuck you where the daylight never falls. Not gone, but kept like breath held too long. A love that fits inside a drawer, not a song. Teacup ring stain yesterday's reply, unsent words curl like smoke in the sky. The kettle hums its old refrain, same tune since you walked out in the rain. I packed your laugh in tissue deep, hand tied against my throat. I fold you into corners neat and small, tuck you where the daylight never falls. Not gone, but kept like breath held too long. A love that fits inside a drawer, not a song. What if I unfold you? What if I let go? The paper trembles, but my hands say no. I fold you into corners neat and small, tuck you where the daylight never falls. Not gone, but kept like breath held too long. A love that fits inside a drawer, not a song. Dust motes drift in the slanting light. Your coffee cup still on the sill. I haven't moved it since Tuesday night, when you walked out without goodbye. The clock ticks slow, the kettle's cold. I hum a tune we used to know, but every note feels half untold, like roots without a place to grow. I hold the silence like a name, pressed between these trembling pages. Every word I couldn't say now blooms in empty rooms and stages. Your sweater hangs behind the door, still smells of rain and distant streets. I wear it once, then lock it more, wear long it won't repeat its beats. The street lamp flickers through the pane, casting shadows shaped like doubt. I trace the lines and wash the stain of hope that wouldn't wash out. I hold the silence like a name, pressed between these trembling pages. Every word I couldn't say now blooms in empty rooms and stages. Maybe love's not lost or found, but folded gently, set aside. A paper boat on quiet ground, too fragile now to take outside. I hold the silence like a name, pressed between these trembling pages. Every word I couldn't say now blooms in empty rooms and stages. Folded, sealed, but never Fingertips trace the edge of paper thin, a name worn soft where ink has bled within. Morning light spills across the kitchen floor, but your coffee cup sits cold beside the door. I almost called you yesterday, stopped myself at hey, just static on the other end, and silence I can't mend. I still set a place for you at dinner, though your chair's been dust for weeks. Love doesn't vanish with a number, it lingers in the things we leave. Your scarf still hangs behind my bedroom door, smells like rain and that old cologne you wore. I don't wash it, can't pretend the absence hasn't settled in. The clock ticks louder every night, counting all the wrongs and rights. I replay lines I never said, now they live inside my head. I still set a place for you at dinner, though your chair's been dust for weeks. Love doesn't vanish with a number, it lingers in the things we leave. Maybe healing isn't clean, maybe ghosts are part of what was real. I don't need you back, I just need to stop expecting you to feel. I still set a place for you at dinner, not because I think you'll stay. Love remembers what the mind forgets, even after you walk away, even after you walk away. Morning light on the kitchen table, steam curls from a cup gone cold. I found your note tucked in my coat, the one you left when skies turned bold. Paper thin from being read too often, ink runs where the rain got through. I trace the words you almost said, but never signed for me or you. I could light a match right now, watch it curl into the air, but I keep folding corners down like you were still sitting there. This letter never empties you, just lives inside my drawer like truth, a ghost of what we wouldn't do, wrapped in silence, sealed with glue. Window open, curtains breathing slow, wind hums a tune we used to know. I place the page beside the frame where your smile hasn't faded yet. I could let the breeze take flight, carry pages out the front door. This letter never reaches you, just lives inside my drawer like truth, a ghost of what we wouldn't do, wrapped in silence, sealed with glue. Just lives inside my drawer like truth, a ghost of what we wouldn't do, wrapped in silence, sealed with glue, sealed with glue. Morning light on yesterday's coffee, steam long gone, just rings on the wood. I trace the rim like I trace your reasons for staying silent when you knew you should. Your coat still hangs by the kitchen door, not forgotten, just not claimed. I've stopped checking if it's yours or mine. We wore each other out in unspoken games, and the words we saved for better days piled up like receipts from a store that closed. I fold this love like paper birds, wings too tired to ever fly again. You left your name in every room, but took your voice when you walked out the end. Found your hairpin in my sweater pocket, silver curve, cold as your last find. I almost called just to say I found it, then remembered you don't want what's mine. The clock ticks answers I won't ask, time's just dust on an empty frame. I fold this love like paper birds, wings too tired to ever fly again. You left your name in every room, but took your voice when you walked out the end. Maybe closure isn't a door slamming, maybe it's folding neat and slow, tucking the ache where no one sees and letting go without saying so. I fold this love like paper birds, wings feels too tired to ever fly again. You left your name in every room, but took your voice when you walked out the end. Fold and let it rest. Paper thin with morning light, your name still warm beneath my pen. I wrote the truth and crossed it out, left only spaces where it's been. The kettle hums an old refrain while I pretend you'd stay. I keep your ghost in tidy rows on shelves behind my ribs, where every breath I take still knows the shape of your goodbye. And though the ink is dried to dust, my hand won't let it fly. I keep your ghost in tidy rows, where love and silence lie. Your favorite mug sits by the sink, still waiting for a hand that's gone. I fill it up just to empty it, like singing songs you don't respond. The clock ticks through another day, but time forgets to move. I keep your ghost in tidy rows on shelves behind my ribs, where every breath I take still knows the shape of your goodbye. And though the ink has dried to dust, my hand won't let it fly. I keep your ghost in tidy rows, where love and silence lie. What if I burn the page tonight? Would ash feel lighter than this air? Or would the smoke still spell your name? Hang there, trembling everywhere. I kept your ghost in tidy rows till chaos learned to sing. Now every crack inside me glows with unsent offerings. So let the paper catch the flame. This quiet won't survive. I'll scatter ghosts like falling rain and finally come alive. Goodbye. Goodbye. Fingertips trace the edge of your old postcard. Coffee gone cold beside the windowsill. I didn't mean to keep it all these years. but the stamp's still bright, like you just walked out. Laundry hums in the next room, softly turning. Your sweater shrunk, but I won't throw it out. It holds the shape of how you used to lean, when silence wasn't something we had to mend. And I know you're not coming back through that door, but my hand still set 2 cups on the tray. I love you in the laundry, in the steam, in the fold, in the way the morning light won't let go. Not with words or grand returns, but small stubborn grace, like leaving space in drawers for a ghost I can't erase. Ooh. Found your bookmark in a novel half read. Page 43, you always skipped ahead. I laughed and said you'd miss the best part. Now I wonder if I'm still in yours. And time keeps moving like a slow train west, but my heart's stuck at the station where you paused. I love you in the laundry, in the steam, in the fold, in the way the evening hush still knows your name. Not with vows or second chances, but this quiet refrain of living like you might walk in just the same. Maybe love isn't fireworks or final lines. Maybe it's the dust on shelves you left behind, and the way I water plants you thought would die, just to prove some things outlast goodbye. I love you in the laundry, in the steam, in the fold, in the rhythm of